Use of petroleum and gas pipelines and coal slurry pipelines
By the way,
use.
more of Agenda 21 type speak.
Right, right. So they also talk about the control of use of petroleum and gas pipelines, coal slurry pipelines, used only to supply energy production facilities directly. B. Energy means all forms of energy, including petroleum, gas, both natural and manufactured, electricity, solid fuels, including all forms of coal, coke, coal chemicals, coal liquefaction, and coal gasification, solar, wind, other types of renewable energy, atomic energy, and the production, conservation, use, control, and distribution, including pipelines, of all these forms of energy. Okay, did we hear that? Did we hear that? They're talking about rationing energy, taking control of everything that has to do with energy and rationing it out. I'm going to read that one more time. Energy means all forms of energy, including petroleum, gas, both natural and manufactured, electricity, solid fuels, including all forms of coal, coke, coal chemicals, coal liquefaction, and coal gasification, solar, wind, and other types of renewable energy, atomic energy, and the production, conservation, use, control, and distribution, including pipelines of all of these forms of energy. Okay? Farm equipment means equipment, machinery, and repair parts manufactured for use on farms in connection with the production or preparation for market use of food resources. So they're also taking over all farm equipment as well as repair parts manufactured for the use on farms in connection with the production or preparation for market use of food resources. D, fertilizer means any product in combination of products that contain one or more of the elements nitrogen, phosphorus, or potassium for the use as plant nutrient. E, food resources. Okay. What does it mean when they say they're taking over anything that has to do with food resources? Here's the definition. Means all commodities and products, simple, mixed, or compound, in other words, raw, processed, manufactured, it doesn't matter. All commodities and products or complements to such commodities or products, in other words, things that have anything to do with the production or manufacture of these products, that are capable of being ingested by either human beings or animals, irrespective of other uses to which such commodities or products may be put at all stages of processing from the raw commodity to the products thereof in vendable form for human or animal consumption. Food resources also means potable water packaged in commercially marketable containers, all starches, sugars, vegetable, animal, or marine fats and oils, seed, cotton, hemp, flax fiber, but does not mean any such material after it loses its identity as an agricultural commodity or agricultural product. Guys,
What a mouthful.
I mean, they're talking about controlling anything and everything that has to do with food or the production of food for humans or animals. And it doesn't matter if those items could be used for other purposes, purposes other than food. They still will include it in the
Hmm.
confiscation and control.
Well, you know the old line from what was it, Kissinger or something, that you control oil, you control nations, and you control food, and you control the people. And it looks like they got a good handle on that right now.
Right.
It's all part of Agenda 21. This is
I mean,
just fortifying it on this end.
no,
He's obvious, and it's not Obama. It's obviously he's a puppet for somebody bigger than him, and he's just doing what he's told, and he's
right.
falling lockstep just like he's supposed to.
Yep.
This is the implementation of it all. And how is it ever a good thing to have the government in complete and total control of everything that has to do with food for people or for animals, at every single stage of production, manufacture, distribution? I mean, everything. This is horrific. Horrific. This cannot be allowed to happen. F, food resource facilities. That means any place where they're doing anything that has to do with food. Uh, Food resource facilities means plants, machinery, vehicles, including on a farm, and other facilities required for the production, processing, distribution, storage, including cold storage, of food resources, and for the domestic distribution of farm equipment and fertilizer, excluding the transportation thereof. So they're taking over everything, including packing plants, storage facilities, cold storage, you name it. G, functions include powers, duties, authority, responsibilities, and discretion. Okay, so when they say that the Secretary of Defense is in control of all functions of a certain sector, that means that his functions include all power, duties, authority, responsibilities, and discretion. I find that to be a very odd
Yeah.
classification for functions. That he's got in other words, there's no more court processes. There's no more right to a trial or none of it. It's none of it. All gone. Discretion is under whoever's in charge of whatever said agency that Obama appoints.
And what do you want to bet they'll use more?
Yeah.
They'll lean
Yeah.
on that discretion more than anything.
Of course, right, of course. No more due process, no more redress, none of it. H. Heads of each agency engaged in procurement for the national defense, so that's a whole phrase, means the heads of the departments of state, justice, the interior, homeland security, the office of the director of national intelligence, the CIA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA, the General Services Administration, and all other agencies with authority delegated under Section 201 of this order. Health resources means, here we go, we're talking about hospitals and drugstores and anything that has to do with what they call health resources. Means drugs, they're taking over and controlling all drugs and medication. Biological products, that means anything that has to do with supplements or medicinal plants or anything that's included here. Medical devices, materials, facilities, okay, that means everything, doctor's offices, hospitals, urgent care centers, you name it. Health supplies, services, and equipment required to diagnose, mitigate, or prevent the impairment of, improve, treat, cure, or restore the physical or mental health conditions of the population. Okay, they're taking over every health resources. And that's not just physical health. This also includes mental health. Okay, that's very disturbing. National defense means, and this of course is what this act is all about, and it's the justification used for everything they're doing for the purposes of national defense. So let's specify what that means. National defense means programs for military. Okay, so just in case anybody questioned whether or not we're talking about a martial law situation, there's your answer. Programs for military and energy production or construction, military or critical infrastructure assistance to any foreign nation. Okay, so they're also talking about national defense, meaning military or critical infrastructure assistance to any foreign nation. They're not just talking about the national defense of the United States. What does that mean? That means that everything in this act can also